Good evening, everyone. This is Suriteja, and today I am going to perform IELTS English Speaking Mock Test number 2. And this test is going to have three parts. And today I am going to answer the third question of part number 1. And the discussed topic of part number 1 is called weekends. And let's get started. And in part number 1, the examiner questions the candidate about himself or herself as an introduction, or about his or her home, work, studies, and any other topic which is familiar to the particular candidate. And the third question of part number 1 is, do you think weekends are long enough? Why or why not? So the answer to that question is yes. I feel sometimes weekend is very long enough, and sometimes I feel it is not very long enough. So the reasons for that are, generally I get one day as a weekend. That is basically Sundays as a holiday, and this is the time when I feel very stressful when compared to other weekends, which I will explain later on. So when I get one day as a weekend, I do have a certain tasks or homework to be performed. So in order to perform that, sometimes the whole weekend gets consumed, or sometimes I do not even have a time to enjoy myself in order to rest, or in order to, you see, in order to perform some other home chores and etc. But sometimes I feel quite comforting at even this one day, because sometimes I complete or finish my homework early, and I start relaxing a bit, like watching a movie or going outside for a walk, or even spending time with family members, and even going out to a movie with my friends, or hanging out with my friends, or even visiting a particular restaurant, or some of the places like a Radio Shack, and some of the exciting places like amusement parks, and etc and etc. So in this case I feel very excited. But in another case, but here very important to mention, I feel the weekends are very short enough, but not very long. I think I do not even drain or gain my energy in order to perform well in the upcoming days. But this time makes me happy and relax a bit, but not while compared to other weekends, now which I am going to talk about. So these other weekends I see, I sometimes get 2 days for a weekends, for example during second Saturdays, or if any of the festival like Deepavali or any other festivals comes on Saturday, then I get 2 days as a weekend, I mean holidays. So at this time, the apart from homework, I feel very comfortable staying at home, and I feel very happy, and to enjoy the time with my family members, and even to hang out with my friends, and to visit some of the places which sells the particular items which are required for a festival, if it is a festival season, or even to visit some of the places like movies and etc if there is no festival at all. I mean it's like in second Saturdays basically. And and in this period of time I get the energy which I need, and I become very refreshed, and I become very strong enough in order to lead my other days, and in order to be fit, and in order to be very confident about leading my upcoming days. And in this time I feel very long enough, or I feel very happy to get these long break from any of the college or some of the works which I perform. But apart from this, I think weekends are very short enough in general, because you see, not all the festival comes on Saturdays at all the times, and even second Saturdays are very rare, even one for a month basically. So in most of the time, I mean like 75% of my weekends are only one day, and 25% of my weekends are only 2 days, or sometimes 3 days too. So at this moment, I feel weekends are very short enough for me to enjoy, or even to relax, or even to create energy within myself in order to perform for the next week. While going to majority, I feel the weekends is not long enough for me in order to prepare myself up for the upcoming challenges, and in order to be very happy and relaxed. but in some of the cases like the three holiday weekends or like the second Saturdays and etc., I feel quite happy and I feel very energetic after the weekend passed. So thank you.